Let my revenge begin.
Welcome to Warbreaker Coo's Reviews. I'm your host, Warbreaker Coo, and today we're looking at Transformers Skylynx. Very happy to have this guy. Got him from Big Bad Toy Store about a week ago, if not more. And it's looking pretty darn good. This is the base mode. I started off with this mode just because I felt like doing it. So it's a very cool base mode. You can fit smaller classes in there. It comes with several accessories. You see the flames right there. And there's this thingamabobber that came with Omega Supreme. I wish I would have bit and got Omega Supreme when it was out, because now I cannot find it. It is the Titan class that I want for sure. Not Scorponok, but hopefully they'll release another one soon because of Siege, the show on Netflix. But this mode looks awesome. My son actually played with this mode just because he likes all the compartments and things like that. So he enjoyed it. I would not recommend letting a kid play with it just because it is not as floppy. I mean, you just want to make sure you monitor them because he could break some stuff off. But he liked it. He's only 4, so who knows? Maybe his kid could play with it. I don't know. But yeah, I think this mode looks good. I'm going to get him transformed into his next mode, which is fairly easy. One mode can be done easily by just taking him off the base and closing that. Actually, no, let's put them back on there. And there's some notches here that can help you line this thing up. This really isn't that difficult of a figure to transform, to be honest with you. And just so you know the height, here's a Voyager class Optimus Prime. So you can see it's fairly decent size. Do I have my ruler next to me? I think I do. And you can see from it's clearly over 12 inches tall. So cool. Let me get this thing transformed and get to the next mode. All right, so I've got this thing back transformed, and you see it has 2 different modes. This is the Space Shuttle mode right here. Looking pretty dang diaper dandy. The look of this thing is just love. I mean, they did a really good job just bringing out how cool this figure actually is. It says Magnificence on here as well. I like that. Nice touch. Again, of course, this opens up. You can put a gun there if you need to, or some flame effects that you have numerous versions of. The one thing to keep in mind is this thing is very loose right here. It comes off at the drop of a dime, but it's easy to just peg back in here like that, but it's not very sturdy. Nor is this back here very sturdy, but there's reasons they are not as sturdy. You'll see in a little bit. Cool thing is you can put these flame effects in on the shuttle. So I do like that as an added touch. You could have used a really big one for a big bloosh like this, but I didn't. But it's just something else you can do. So that looks pretty sweet. So let's take that off and look at the carrier mode, because I don't know what else to call it. This thing is more plain. So yes, the base condenses. It rolls fine. It actually looks fairly cool. And to attach this, it's not super complicated, but this spot right here, you gotta get this hooked up with the mail-in right there, okay? And then this portion here clips on to this portion here. Oh, I almost forgot. The shuttle does have landing gear. There's one landing gear right there. And the other landing gear is right there and right there. So he can roll not really well. Wow, these do not roll. That doesn't roll well at all. So now I'm going to attempt to put this shuttle on the base on camera to get it to its next mode. Hopefully I can do that. Maybe not. Probably not with being on camera. And it did not work, so I'm gonna do it off camera. Okay, I got it on. To be honest with you, it's kind of a pain in the ass to get this on here, just because you have to, and you know when you have it on, when you can do this. Once you can do this without the shuttle falling off, you got it clipped in good. The problem is it's very difficult to attach the portion down here to feel it click, because you have to click that in along with this before it's stable, okay? But once you've got it, it's a pretty good looking, whatever the funk you want to call this, okay? So I guess shuttle with transport. So it looks pretty good, and it works. And you can add these pieces here or there. I'm just going to get them out of the way because they're not really that necessary. You also have the ability to open this portion up down here if you want to add some figures down there. I'm just going to leave it alone for right now because you've seen it already. That's from the base mode. So there's that. But it's looking good so far. Yet we're not done. Let's get them transformed to the next mode. So you just take these some clips right here. You just ratchet this off. And honestly, you know I never do transformations on camera usually. So the fact that I'm doing this on camera lets you know how easy this really is. Pull the shoulders out a bit like that. And because of how big this thing is, I might not be able to really showcase the transformation like I want it to, but hopefully you'll still get a feel for it. There's the arms, or the legs. Get some other legs involved here. And the last legs involved here. Okay, so far so good. We've got this weird monstrosity. Sorry about the camera work. Looking something like that, which lets you know we're almost done. The fun part is coming up now. Yep, the neck comes out along with the mouth. And then you flip this open like that. Let's take the fire off so you can see it a little easier. The tail comes out. And then you do that. Doing this with one hand. And you flip the wings out as well. See what I'm doing there? There you go. And then you can kind of angle these any way you see fit. And you've got a nice Skylynx complete. I'm going to fix these legs real quick. All right, I'll push the shoulders back in here just because it felt a little more sturdy. But this is Skylynx. He's got a cool, like, jointed neck that allows you to ratchet and move it down and pivot in different directions, which is a nice touch. I really do like that. The mouth is cool as well. You can add effects to it if I can get mine open. I think you can fit a figure in there if you really wanted to, but you can add fire on his tongue. So it can look like he's shooting because his tongue has like a gun there. So that's kind of cool. But the bigger the blast you put in there, the harder it's going to be to keep it set. But I think that's a great looking figure, as crazy as it looks. So we've got one more mode. I'm not going to transfer that on camera just because it's a little bit more difficult. So I'll do that off camera and then show you the last finished portions. These are the finished portions with Skylynx. There's his chicken mode or bird mode or whatever you want to call it. I like that a lot. There's the Skylynx mode. He has a little bit of pivot in his neck there that I do like side to side. He also can attach stuff to his tongue. Maybe he's even eating Flaming Hot Cheetos. He has two tails. I love the colorations on this guy. He's a cool looking figure. And I don't think you can really lose these pair. I didn't make it look easy, but my space does not allow for larger figures to review, so I'll have to change this next time around. But just know that the transformations are probably the easiest transformations you're ever going to get for figures this size. So I think you really can't lose. He's a great figure, probably one of the best Transformers I've gotten this year, probably the best. I would give him a 9.5 out of 10. Thanks for watching. Until next time, peace and Transformers grease.